Hello everyone and welcome to the first course on Algebra 1. In this particular section, we are going to talk about some elementary ideas that are going to come over and over again throughout the course. So today, we are going to understand what a variable is. So here we have a letter. Let's say we have a particular letter, and if we use a particular letter to represent some unknown numbers, then it's going to be called a variable. So, well, it could be any number. So the most commonly used alphabets for denoting a variable will be X, Y, and Z, etc. Well, we are free to choose any alphabets and denote it as a variable, but these are the most commonly used one. Now, whenever we're using a variable, the thing is that all the rules of arithmetic are going to get applied here. For example, when we are dealing with various operations such as addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication, so all this operation can also be applied to variables as well. Now, when variables, so let's say we pick up the variable x, and let me write down something. It's called 8x plus 3y minus 5. So here what we have done, here we have combined some numbers, which is 8, 3, and 5. Now we have written it in sort of a mixed font, so 8x. So this means we have combined 8 with the variable x. Then we have the number 3, which is combined with the variable y. And we simply have the number 5. Now these have been added and subtracted. So we have applied the operation addition and subtraction to write some statement. Now this statement is known as an algebraic expression. So an algebraic expression is a mathematical statement which consists of some numbers combined with some variables, and various arithmetic operations are performed. Now, if we remember from the lower grades, so what we do whenever we are dealing with multiplication, so we always used to indicate it with the help of a cross sign for denoting multiplication. For example, 2 times 3. Now that can be represented as 2 cross 3. That simply gives us 2 times 3, which is 6. Now, while dealing with algebra, what we're going to do, we are going to drop this notation of the cross sign. That's because, let's pick up this first term. This will be the term. We'll explain it later what is a term. So let's consider that this is the first object in the given algebraic operation. So here 8 is multiplied to 8x. So here 8 times x, and that's what we are calling as 8x. Now we could have written it as 8 cross x, but what happens if this might look completely different to a new reader or someone who has not gone through this particular lecture, so they might read it as 8x times x, and that would confuse them. And later on, when we introduce the concept of exponents, someone might confuse it and rewrite it as 8 times x multiplied to x. That will be x squared. So here what we're going to do, we're going to completely drop using this notation in this particular algebra course. So what we're going to do, instead of using the symbol x or the cross, so we are going to simply use a dot. So 8 dot x, so that represents 8 times x. Or what we can do, we can altogether drop the dot sign here, or we can simply write it as 8x. So it means the same thing, so it means 8 times x, and that's exactly what I have done while writing the algebraic expression, 8x. So here, this is the product of 8 with x. Similarly, when you consider the second object or the second term in the algebraic expression, which is 3y, so here we have done is it's the product of 3 and y, which is 3 times y. So let us do a few examples, and And in these examples, what we're going to do, we're going to consider some mathematical sentences, and we will try to convert them into algebraic expressions. So in this particular question, we have to write the algebraic expression for the statement 5 less than the sum of the numbers a and b. Now, there are a few things that we need to understand here. So here it's using the word less than. So less than, it's indicating that we have to subtract here. Then again, here we are using the term sum of. That means we have to use another operation plus of the numbers a and b. Now it's extremely important to understand which comes first. Now here it's given that it's 5 less than, so it clearly means it's less than something. So we do not know what it is. We simply say that we have something and we have to subtract 5 from it. So that's what it means, 5 less than something. Now what is the something part? The something part is the second part of the statement, which is the sum of the numbers a and b. So this is the something part. Now the sum of the numbers a and b simply translates to, so this particular portion translates to a. So if we consider a and b to be simply numbers, they're variables here, but we can variables are also numbers, so where they will simply be added to each other because the rules of arithmetic apply here. So this something is actually a plus b. Now we can finally substitute the question mark here with a plus b. So our expression now becomes the something, which is the sum of a and b, and we are subtracting from this particular sum the value 5. So our algebraic expression becomes a plus b minus 5. So let's do another problem. So in this example, we have the statement the product of the cube of x and the square of y. Now, it might seem very technical at first, but let's break it down. So we begin with the statement, and here it's mentioned here, the product. So clearly means we have to perform the operation of multiplication here. Now we know that whenever we are finding the product, we need two numbers. So let's try to figure out the two numbers. So the first number given here is the cube of x. The cube of x simply means that we take the number x and we cube it. So this will be the first number, and then we go to the second number, and the second number is the square of y. So the square of y is y squared, or y raised to the power of 2. And then finally we have to find the product of these two numbers. Now, as mentioned earlier, we are not going to use, even though I've written here the cross sign, we are not going to use the symbol cross. We're simply going to write here the dot, and what we can do, we can drop the parentheses, and this will simply become x cubed y squared. So this means x cubed, the cube of x, times y squared. So this is the equivalent mathematical expression or the algebraic expression for the given statement, the product of the cube of x and the square of y. Let us do another problem. So here we have another algebraic expression, another mathematical statement, the difference of 2 times of x and 4 divided by the sum of 5 times of y and 2 more than b. Now it looks very complicated. It's quite a long statement, but it's actually very simple. Let's try to break it down as simple as possible. So here, the first thing, we have two statements here, the difference of 2 times of x and 4. So this is one statement. Now this statement is divided by the second statement, which is the sum of 5 times of y and 2 more than b. So let's consider it as the first part of the statement and this one as the second part of the statement. So what we have to do here, since we are here, it's mentioned here that we need to divide. So that means we have to consider the first statement and then divide it by the second statement. So let's try to convert the first statement to an algebraic expression. So it says the difference. The difference means we have to subtract the difference of 2 times of x and 4. So 2 times of x, so we have two numbers. So we have 2x, which is 2 times of x. So simply 2 multiplied to x, and the other number is 4. Now we have to find the difference between the two numbers. So that is simply 2x minus 4. So this is our first statement, and let's move on to the second statement. So the second statement states here the sum of. So that means we have to add two numbers. So clearly the addition operation is happening here. So we have the sum of. So let's find out the two numbers whose addition we need to perform. So we have 5 times of y. So 5 times of y simply translates to 5 times y. And 2 more than b. So it's saying 2 more than b. So we have b. So this is the second number. So let me put it inside the parentheses. The second number is 2 more than b. We already have b, and we need to find a number which is 2 more than b. So that's simply b plus 2. So now that we have the two part of the given mathematical statement converted into two algebraic expressions, now what we're going to do, we're going to combine them. That means we have to divide the first statement, which is 2x minus 4. Now this is divided by the second statement, which is 5y plus b plus 2. Or we can simply we can also represent it as 2x minus 4 divided by 5y plus b plus 2. Now, in order to make sure, that's what we're going to do, or we're going to reread the statement and check if everything is in place. So it says the difference of 2 times of x and 4. So 2 times of x, so that is 2x and 4. So we have 2x minus 4 divided by the sum of 5 times of y. Yep. So we have 5 times of y and 2 more than b. So that's b plus 2. And we have to add it. So we have 5y plus b plus 2. Now we divide 2x minus 4 by the second statement, which is 5y plus b plus 2. So here we have the mathematical statement, the product of 3 times a cubed. So this is a cubed. Let me rewrite it. And 2 less than half of b. So it's indicating that we have to have a product here. So since we know that the product means we need to have two numbers, so that means there must be two numbers given to us. So we have 3 times. So this is the first number. So we have 3 times a cubed. So this is the first number, and the second times is 2 less than half of b. So this is the second number. So let's translate this, the given statement, into an expression. So the first statement is 3 times a cubed. So we have 3 times a cubed. So that's simply 3a cubed. And the second statement says we have 2 less than. Remember, for the first example, we have 2 less than something. So that means we need to subtract 2 from something, and that something is half of b. So half of b means half times b. So of b means product. So we have half of b minus 2. Or simply this is b over 2 minus 2. Now we combine the two numbers we need to multiply the two statements. So we have 3a cubed multiplied to b over 2 minus 2. So this is the statement 3a cubed, which is 3 times a cubed multiplied to 2 less than half of b. So we have b over 2 minus 2. So this is the required algebraic expression for the given mathematical statement. But we're not going to perform any operations here, so that will come much later. So the whole idea of this lecture today is simply to convert a given mathematical statement into an algebraic expression.